Powerful figures named in the latest Jeffrey Epstein files, a deepening controversy. In late January 2026, the U.S. Department of Justice released a massive new tranche of documents, over 3 million pages of records, along with thousands of images and videos related to the investigations into Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender. The release, mandated under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, represents one of the most extensive disclosures of material connected to Epstein's activities and associations with powerful figures across the globe. A who's who of powerful men. The newly released files name a wide range of high-profile men from business, politics, technology, and royalty. Importantly, being named in the files does not equate to criminal charges. It reflects communications, mentions in correspondence, or presence in images. Nevertheless, the breadth of connections has escalated public scrutiny and political fallout. Among those appearing in the documents, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. The former British royal's name appears frequently in Epstein's communications. New images released in the files show a man widely reported to be Mountbatten-Windsor in compromising positions with an unidentified woman, although context and dates are unclear. His name also appears in correspondence suggesting social contact after Epstein's earlier conviction. Elon Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX founder, shows up in email exchanges from 2012 and 2013 discussing visits to Epstein's private island in the Caribbean, which Musk has publicly denied ever undertaking. Richard Branson and Sergey Brin, the billionaire founder of Virgin Group and the Google co-founder, are both noted in the files for past communications with Epstein. Branson's emails from 2013 include invitations to social gatherings, and Brin's correspondence includes invitations to social events involving Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Stephen Tisch, the New York Giants co-owner, appears more than 400 times in correspondence with Epstein, including messages discussing introductions to women and conversations beyond business. Howard Lutnick and Steve Bannon, former U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick and political strategist Bannon, both appear in the files, with Lutnick noted for travel arrangements involving Epstein and Bannon for political discussions and travel. Ehud Barak, the former Israeli prime minister, maintained extensive interactions with Epstein over years, including social visits to his New York properties and private flights, though he has denied any wrongdoing. The files also include emails and imagery involving other public figures and industry leaders, though many interactions predate widespread public awareness of Epstein's criminal conduct. New political and public repercussions. The document release has sparked reactions around the world. In Slovakia, political pressure led to the resignation of diplomat Miroslav Lajčák following revelations of correspondence with Epstein. In Britain, Prime Minister Keir Starmer urged former Prince Andrew to cooperate with U.S. authorities regarding his association with Epstein. Democratic lawmakers in the U.S. have demanded a review of unredacted files, accusing the Department of Justice of withholding documents and failing to comply fully with transparency requirements. Survivors' advocates have also criticized redactions that appear to protect powerful individuals while exposing victims. Transparency and backlash. The Justice Department asserts the release represents the final large batch of material under the Transparency Act, emphasizing that names of powerful individuals were not redacted intentionally, and that victim identities and sensitive personal data were protected where required. However, critics argue that only about half of the identified files have been released, with many pages still heavily redacted, prompting questions about what remains hidden. The broader significance. While no new criminal charges have been announced in connection with the latest release, the exposure of previously undisclosed interactions between Epstein and influential figures has intensified public scrutiny and revived debates about accountability, institutional complicity, and how networks of wealth and power may have shaped Epstein's world.